Hi and welcome to ADHD TV with me, Jo Richards. Today's video is about love in a kind of wrapped up in an ADHD rant. So for me, the most important part of education for anyone is to find out who you are and find out what you love. And there's so many kids at the moment, at the time of recording this video, that are embarking on their GCSEs, and the emphasis in schools is about getting the best grades. But what I think is really criminal about the situation we're in 2024 is all of the schools are set up for neurotypical children, and it's based on maths and English, two of the things that we really struggle with. It's also based on the neurotypical nervous system of what's important and do I fit in with the tribe, and does not cater for the curious ADHD minds. It doesn't cater for the passion-led nervous system. Are we interested? Does it fill us with joy? You know, our kids are taken into the system like I was. No one knew I was neurodiverse, and the school system definitely nearly broke me. I left with no exams because I just didn't get it. Most things. The only thing I loved was sociology, which was because I love people. But that wasn't harnessed. Like I always say that we are critical thinkers and specialists in a generalist world, and school wants you to be a generalist. And oh my gosh, wouldn't it be amazing for us to create some schools that really embrace the neurodiverse minds? Because currently the school system does not. The school system is like the opposite of what it kind of teaches you the opposite of what it takes to create a successful life. So 1, don't make a mistake. 2, do as you're told. 3, do tests on your own. Do not ever collaborate. 4, there's only one right answer. I think you'll find there are several answers to a problem. Now, we may not like all of them, but there is always a solution, and there's always often more than one. And so you go through school scared to make a mistake, thinking that you've got to do everything on your own. There's, no concept of brainstorming things together. And your spirit as a neurodiverse child is really crushed. You know, the curiosity, they asking questions all the time. You're told to be quiet, sit still, don't interrupt. You know, you've got all this excitement, and basically they tell you what you're going to learn. They don't find out what interests you. And that's just a very neurotypical way of creating an environment that no wonder we find those environments so difficult. And so really the clear message that I'm trying to give today is, don't put a massive extreme emphasis on what grades that you're going to get, because quite often for so many of us ADHDers, we are not able to achieve the same grades as our neurotypical friends. Now, this isn't for everybody, but for the majority, we will never be able to show what we know in a generalist way because we have interest brains. So the whole point of education is to find out who we are, find out what we love, and then go and do it. And oh my goodness, if we can get paid for it at the same time, now you've hit the jackpot. And once you do that, you know, as I said, I left school with no exams, and I felt shame and I felt like a failure, like so many other people. I didn't know I had ADHD. And I was really lucky that I was just work hard. That was my ethos. And I got a lucky break in a company, and my enthusiasm and my excitement and my curiosity and my want for a better workplace really shone through. And I worked really hard. I was always available for overtime. I was your flexible friend. And luckily, one of the high top managers recognised that and really embraced that and helped me channel my enthusiasm and create success. And once I knew what I loved, I've got 2 degrees now. No, I've got 2 degrees in business and administration. I've also got a drama degree. And obviously I've done huge amounts of studying and loads of certificates in ADHD, in neuroscience, in coaching, like so many different modalities, NLP, timeline therapy, hypnotherapy, Ho'oponopono. There's just an absolute buffet of certifications and things that I've gone on to learn, and you can too, but in a neurodiverse way. So just find out who you are and find out what you love. Take care.